Top 10 all-time list of best golfers. The history of golf dates back to the 15th century in Scotland, and throughout centuries, there are athletes that mastered the sport and deemed to be legends because of their individual stories and the achievements they received from their whole career. So here at Binge America, we'll discuss about top 10 all-time list of best golfers. But before starting the video, be sure to subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. Phil Mickelson. Phil Mickelson has always lived with massive expectations, some of them self-imposed, and Phil's failures are almost as celebrated as his many successes. But there have been plenty of successes: 45 PGA Tour wins, tied for 8th all-time, and 6 majors, including 3 Masters. His win at the 2021 PGA Championship, almost 8 years after his last one at the 2013 British Open, was perhaps his most stunning, as he became the oldest major winner in history at 50 years. 11 months, 7 days, and the throng that surrounded him on the 72nd hole spoke volumes of his undying popularity as his generation's Arnold Palmer. He's also recorded 6 runner-up finishes in the US Open, but that only adds to his everyman appeal. His jaw-dropping 66 in the final round of the 2013 British Open on baked, windswept Muirfield joins the ranks of the greatest rounds in major championship history. Number 9. Gene Sarazen. Sarazen won his first professional title at the age of 19 and never looked back, winning 37 more times in a career that spanned more than 4 decades. He became the first member of golf's modern career Grand Slam club with his Masters win, which he added to his 2 US Open titles, 1922, 1932, his 3 PGA Championships, 1922, 1923, and 1933, and his 1932 British Open win. After 66 years, only 4 other players, Ben Hogan, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and Tiger Woods, have joined that elite group. He even impacted the way the game is played. Sarazen is widely credited with the invention of the sand wedge in the early 1930s. Number 8. Tom Watson. Watson won 8 majors and dominated golf's oldest tournament, the British Open, like no one else, winning 5 times in a 9-year span and coming close to a historic 6th win in 2009 at age 59. Like Trevino, he won 4 memorable duels with Jack Nicklaus in major championships, including the 1977 British Open, the greatest head-to-head duel in golf history between 1975 and 1988. No one was better at the Masters: 2 wins, 3 runner-ups, and 12 top 10 finishes. He out-dueled Nicklaus at the 1982 US Open on the strength of one of the greatest shots in golf history, his chip-in on the 71st hole that led to a 2-shot win, perhaps the most satisfying of his 39 career wins. Number 7. Gary Player. Gary Player was golf's first great international ambassador before the diminutive South African packed his wife and kids and a few suitcases and set out on his 5-decade international odyssey. Golf was primarily dominated by British and American players. Then along came the little man in black. Over a career that began in the mid-1950s, Player has logged more air miles than the Space Shuttle, and he has saved many of his greatest achievements for his trips to the States, using an unprecedented commitment to physical fitness, for golf anyway, and an unmatched work ethic. Player has fashioned a remarkable career that has seen him win well over 150 tournaments worldwide, including 9 major championships. Number 6. Bobby Jones. In the golden age of sports, nobody shone brighter than Bobby Jones, not Babe Ruth, not Red Grange, not Jack Dempsey. From 1923 to 1930, a nation that was truly embracing sports on an epic scale watched in awe as Jones won everything in sight. Then, having no more worlds to conquer, he walked away from competitive golf at age 28. No sports legend accomplished more in a shorter period of time, and no sports legend walked away at such a young age. A golf prodigy at age 14, Jones really didn't find his game until the ripe old age of 20. When he began his remarkable run. He took the 1923 US Open in an 18-hole playoff, then ripped off another 12 majors before calling it a career. His record of 13 major championships would stand for 40 years before a youngster named Nicklaus came along. Number 5. Ben Hogan. Brooding, temperamental, focused, Ben Hogan was not a charismatic figure who rallied the masses to follow the game a la Arnold Palmer. Instead, he was all about golf shots. The Hawk remains the greatest shot maker golf has ever produced. Rather than relying on today's technologically advanced equipment, Hogan used an uncanny ability to control the flight of his ball to win 9 majors, and a great percentage of majors entered than even Jack Nicklaus. To Hogan, the Hawk, Bantam Ben, who was 5'7", 140 pounds, when he was at the peak of his game, striking a ball well was more important than scoring. He is one of 5 players to win all of the Grand Slam events. In 1953, he became the first to win as many as 3 majors in 1 year, the Masters and both Opens. He didn't enter the PGA that year, fearing his legs weren't up to the challenge. Number 4. Arnold Palmer. There have been better players with prettier swings, but there has never been a more important golfer than the king, Arnold Palmer. He quadrupled purses, brought golf away from the country clubs and into our living rooms, and assembled an army of devoted followers. He won and lost with more flair than any other athlete. From 1958 to 1968, Palmer reigned amid the azaleas and pines of Augusta National, where Arnie's army first mustered. With the lone exception of 1963, he was in contention at every Masters during that epic stretch, winning 4 times, finishing second twice, third once, and fourth twice. Although he made his reputation at the Masters and made the tournament what it is today, it was the 1960 US Open that truly captured the king at the peak of his powers. Number 3. Sam Snead. If winning is the standard for determining excellence, there's no greater player in golf history than Sam Snead. Using a smooth, syrupy swing that looked as natural and effortless as breathing, Slam and Sammy won more golf tournaments than any other player, a staggering total of 82 PGA Tour titles and anywhere from 135 to 165 victories worldwide, depending on whom you ask. He posted wins in 4 different decades, from the 1936 West Virginia Closed Pro to the 1965 Greater Greensboro Open, his 8th title in that event when he was 52 years old. Snead won 3 Masters, including a 1954 playoff triumph over friend and rival Ben Hogan. He won 3 PGA Championships and a British Open. His swing was such an efficient device that it served him well into his golden years and remains the gold standard for golf swings. In 1979, he offered golf fans one final glimpse of his greatness as he became the first player to score below his age, shooting 67 and 66 in the Quad Cities Open at the age of 67. Number 2. Jack Nicklaus. He made golf a greater game through his physical skill and strength, his mental toughness, his sustained level of excellence, and his genius for strategically dismantling golf courses around the world. You know, the litany of accomplishments: 18 major championships, more than Hogan and Palmer combined, a mind-boggling 37 top 2s in majors. Unless we think the tour of the 21st century outshines the tour in Jack's prime, consider this. Nicklaus fought many of the game's greatest at their very peak and beat them all, and when he didn't beat them, he coaxed their very best out of them. As if to prove the point, at age 46, Nicklaus was able to muster enough of his old-time wizardry to outduel names like Ballesteros, Kite, Norman, all of them at the peak of their powers, to win his 6th Masters in 1986 in one of the greatest sports moments of all time. Number 1. Tiger Woods. We all remember the Masters record 18 under par total that Woods shot in his first Masters as a pro. We remember his incredible 12-shot margin of victory. Runner-up Tom Kite's with 282 total would have been good enough to win 17 previous Masters, but it only got him within 12 shots of Tiger. We remember the way his mammoth drives turned the par 5s into pitches and putts. What many people don't remember about the 1997 Masters is how badly Tiger started the tournament. On the front nine on Thursday, Woods went out in 40, leaving him 4 over par. That apparently is when the stars aligned and the golf god smiled. Over the next 63 holes, Woods swept through Augusta National like a tornado, toying with the course and demoralizing the greatest players in the world. Tiger's runaway, far from putting a crimp into the television ratings, instead gave golf its greatest ratings winner to date. In 1996, before Woods turned pro, the ratings were 9.2 on Sunday. In 1997, when Woods won, the number jumped to 14.1. The rest, as they say, is history: 15 major championships, 82 PGA Tour wins, the lowest career scoring average in PGA Tour history, 10 Player of the Year awards, and yes, scandal and disgrace. But the impact and the level of achievement are undeniable and unprecedented. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.